Protein is not protein. Not all food is created equally. A Pop-Tart's nutritional value is going to be significantly less than something like a steak, and that's usually pretty easy to decipher due to the presence of nutrition labels. However, just like your ex, these labels ain't telling you the truth. And I understand that these labels are standardized by the FDA, but the FDA is funded by lobbying from the very industries that's supposed to be standardizing, so plenty ends up slipping through the cracks. And one of the most important oversights of this whole ordeal is our much beloved protein. Protein is measured via the nitrogen content in the food rather than the amino acids, leading to false protein accounts being reported on food labels. But even more importantly than that, all protein is accounted for as the same, even though they're not. Protein is constructed of amino acids, and different types of protein are made of different types of amino acids. And your body will only absorb as much protein as the least amino acid in the protein. Basically, if a protein is too low in one amino acid, the bioavailability, or the amount you could absorb of all the amino acids, is limited by that one amino acid. It is here where the digestible amino acid scoring system, or DIAS, comes into play. This shows the amino acid profile and which amino acid is going to be your limiting factor. So instead of measuring the nitrogen content, the DIAS gives you an accurate account of which amino acids you are getting and will need to pair with the food you are eating. You compare differing foods with foods that have a compatible amino acid profile, or those that are just generally well-rounded. Typically, plant foods are worse and animal products are better, but there are outliers. One common misconception is that plant proteins are as satisfactory as the animal-derived proteins. With the recent rise of veganism and other restrictive diets, companies have tried to create products that will help folks meet their diet needs. However, these products often use misleading labeling to market themselves as equal to the original animal products. One really common example is plant-based protein powders. For a passable rating to be marketed as made for protein, a food must have more than a score of 75, and anything over 100 is considered to be excellent. So with that in mind, soy protein, one of the most common form of plant protein, scores a solid 98, which on its own seems fine and arguably really good. That is until you look at whey protein, which scores a hearty 133, and even worse if you look at milk protein concentrate, which scores a 141. This is especially problematic when these plant-based products market themselves as having the same amount of protein as the animal counterpart, as the general public isn't going to notice these type of things, especially since all protein is considered the same on the label. But okay, let's say you go the route of pairing complementary foods together so that you're still getting your protein with all the amino acids, so that way it's all absorbed. Well, how do you like estrogen? Soy and other plants, primarily legumes, contain phytoestrogens. There are 4 types of phytoestrogens: stilbene, tomunistan, lignin, and isoflavin. These compounds are digested and then turned into equal. Equal binds to the estrogen receptors, creating a weak estrogenic effect. The most important one I'd like to touch on is isoflavin, as the equal derived from isoflavin has been found to have an effect on sexual development and expression in animals and infants. On top of that, high intake of isoflavin has been found to negatively impact the male reproductive health and increase risk of gynecomastia. A 54-year-old man drank 1.2 liters of soy milk every day, which holds approximately 130 mg of isoflavin, for 3 years and developed erectile dysfunction and gynecomastia due to the secondary hypogonadism, all caused by the soy milk. After doctors advised to stop drinking the soy milk, the erectile dysfunction and gynecomastia were fixed, as well as improved gonad and testosterone output. The reason for this, aside from the slight dosage, was that the soy was liquid. Usually when isoflavin is digested in regular soy, the slow digestion effectively nulls the estrogenic effect due to the amount of equal present in the bloodstream being so low at any given time. But when the soy is processed into a liquid form, the isoflavin becomes less bound to the rest of the soy, and the liquid is more easily digested than solid food. This combination leads to a significant amount of equal from the isoflavin in the blood, thus binding those cells responsible for sexual characteristics and expression, leading to erectile dysfunction and then later down the line hypogonadism. Whole animal foods such as milk or eggs that are not only rid of the phytoestrogens, but provide the necessary building block for steroidogenesis, cholesterol, to give your body the tools it needs to tailor its sex hormones to the exact needs it requires, regardless of your sex. And if you want to learn more of the specifics in regards to how these animal products such as milk are not only going to be better for your overall health, but there are also more ways the industry is lying to your face, check out this video up here, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Love you.